When is global? What global? Global when? When global? Global? When global? This is Clash Mini, or I should say the longest running Supercell beta game, which has been in beta for over 2 years, and we still don't know when is Clash Mini global. So today we are gonna find out when is Clash Mini global, if Clash Mini is ready for global, and if not, what needs to be done. In short, Clash Mini isn't ready for global right now. Supercell has two core pillars for a game. One, it should be playable for all sorts of people, and two, it should be played for years and remembered for decades. And these are really ambitious goals, but Supercell has proved to follow these core pillars from games like Brawl Stars and Clash of Clans. Yes, Clash Royale, you are not here anymore. Anyways, so Clash Mini is an easy to pick up game, and its graphics is literally a toyish themed game, and so it can easily be played by anyone. So yeah, Clash Mini can easily pass the first pillar, but when it comes to the second pillar, things get really spicy. Clash Mini in its current state simply doesn't seems to be the game which can be played for years, and that's coming from someone who makes content and enjoys the game. As of right now, Clash Mini hasn't really got any long-term goals. Let's look at some other games and see their long-term goals. Clash of Clans, max your account. Brawl Stars, max your account and master them all. Even Clash Royale has a long-term goal of maxing your account. Yeah, as much as level 15 sucks, but it gives you a long-term goal. And meanwhile, in Clash Mini, you max out your account in just a month or two and IDK what's left to do in the game. Even I maxed out my mini account within 20 days, which is kinda stupid to be honest. Now I know Clash Mini team don't want power to be the main motive to play their game. And so let's look outside of Supercell box and look at some other video games. In Minecraft, you can make your own goals, reach to new heights, and so there is no end point in Minecraft. For Battle Royale games, they don't have an endpoint. They keep on adding new game modes and events every month, which are really unique, and they can keep their player engaged for a month, and then bam, another new event. The third way video games keep people engaged to play their games for years is by providing them cosmetic goals to achieve, like achievements, cosmetic rewards like skin, and doing special tasks, etc. So from what we have seen from other games is that Clash Mini isn't built like Minecraft. So the first goal is scrapped. Second way of monthly unique event isn't really the capacity of dev team, because they need 10 times bigger team than they have currently. And now the third way is cosmetic progression, achievements, and that is the only way which I can see Clash Mini use. And we can also see from other Supercell game is that long-term progression isn't possible for Clash Mini. The only thing left from there is masteries, and masteries and cosmetics just make so much sense together that this is the only way of fixing long-term player retention. But these masteries needs to be way more exciting and way more rewarding than Brawl Stars and Clash Royale masteries, because unlike those games, here if they were to implement it, it will be your primary goal, not the secondary goal. There are also these things called event, but what we have gotten from this update were pretty mid. We had one where gizmos were available, which was literally old Clash Mini without movement. How creative. Next was Clash Mini but more elixir, and the third one was Clash Mini but you have more heroes. Really creative, I know. Hey, hear me out. I'm not trying to spread any hate towards the dev team, because I know they lacked a lot of time because of how massive update 7 was on its own, and so just take it as a joke. But as I was saying, if they really want events to be something which is gonna keep players engaged, it needs to be more fun, and also the reward system should be completely reworked. Like first of all those event medals aren't really motivating at all to play the events, and secondly, the event pass 2 doesn't contain any motivating rewards. I mean, what are you gonna do with that gold hero shards? You don't need them at all. I feel like the event shop from Clash Royale is really the best option, because one, it's motivating you to play every day, and two, it gives you some good rewards like skins, emotes and avatars, and if you're not maxed out for some reason, then you can buy some helpful stuff to progress your account way faster. By this, you will have full control over your economy, and unlike Clash Royale, it will not disappear into thin air into coins. Those tokens are gonna stay in your account permanently. I feel like events undoubtedly has one of the greatest potential, if not the greatest, but it is currently not in its right state. Next up, let's talk about the progression system, and boy, it's an hot topic. For starters, the progression system currently is bad, not fun, not motivating and non-grindy, but the team has talked about how they are gonna rework the progression in the next update, which I'm optimistic about that they are gonna get it done right. At least I hope for it. So if you guys have any suggestions regarding the progression system, just write it down. So what I feel about the progression system right now is that it is too quick, but at the same time I don't want it to look like how it was before the progression buff in update 6. What I want is, instead of using currencies to upgrade your minis, you should be able to play with that mini, and the more you play with a mini, the more you will upgrade it, and the quicker you should be able to unlock the abilities. So here is the basic idea. When you unlock a new mini, you are going to start at 0 stars, but instead of going and just upgrading it to 3 stars, you need to play 5 games in order to unlock the first star. In the first 5 games, you're gonna properly learn how to play around the mini's base ability. Then, if you play 10 more games with that mini and upgrade the mini 5 times, you should be awarded with the second star and some sort of cosmetic like an emote or an avatar of that mini. Similarly, now if you play 10 more games with that mini and upgrade that mini 10 times, you should be awarded with the third star. And again, if you got an emote earlier, then you should be given an avatar and vice versa. What this system allows you to do is that now you can slowly learn about what each ability does, and all of the sudden you are now motivated to play with the new mini you just unlocked, because now you have some free cosmetics on the line. This also helps in creating a more linear curve, which Clash Mini needs desperately. Now for the hero progression. As much as I want the hero levels to simply vanish into Shadow Realm, I am worried that with their removal, players won't be able to learn about different hero abilities. And so, hero levels, you are going to stay. But we now have hero masteries. Hero masteries will work similar to how masteries work in Clash Royale and Brawl Stars. And the rewards in this hero masteries would be S tier. You will be given a premium skin which will stay exclusive to hero masteries. I feel like this is gonna keep players engaged, and with their aim of adding a new hero or something like that, every mini pass is just infinite level of progression, which we all love. Also, now that we are talking about hero masteries, let's just add hero boost. With hero boost, you will be able to get 2 times mastery point for a selected hero for a month. And if you bought the mini pass, then congrats, you're gonna get another hero boost. Speaking of the mini pass, again, those rewards aren't really motivating. The thing people only really care about is the mini on the mini pass, and I feel like that shouldn't be the case. As much as I hate RNG, I feel like putting some skin wheels or just a fun box sprinkled throughout the mini pass makes it feel way more exciting. A great example of this being done right is by Stumble Guys. Now let's take out a page from Brawl Stars notebook. So in Brawl Stars, you see how you can buy every other Brawl Pass if you're an active free-to-play player and complete the entire mini pass. In Clash Mini, because of how update cycle works, I would love if mini pass were to cost 300 gems and you will get 100 gems from every pass from the free side, and not like 100 gems at the end of the pass, 10 gems every 6 tiers or something like that. So the most dedicated free-to-play players can get one of the 3 mini pass from an update, while the less dedicated players can get maybe a mini pass every 4 to 5 months, and this just provides you more motivation to grind on the pass, because I'ma be honest, once I unlock the new mini or the hero, I have zero motivation to continue the pass any further. But I should give credit where the credit should be given. The luck boxes on the final tier of the mini pass is such a big dub. Those boxes really are valued, to be honest. But speaking of boxes, oh boy, problem arises once again. First of all, the crystal boxes, they are awesome. I love them, you can keep them if not improve them. But the luck boxes, they are the worst deal in the history of trade deals. Even Clash Royale offers now seem more worth it than those boxes. Like, you don't even have odds of getting complete refund out of them. 30,000 gold and excuse me, you get 500 gold, 300 hero shards equal 10 hero shards, and 300 gems. That's just straight up robbery. Make them cheaper, Supercell. Give better rewards out of them, because in its current state, I can never financially justify buying one of them. I think I have spoken enough about the progression system. We have small things left like raids, but it will get removed in the next update, so it's pointless of me talking about it. So now let's move our attention towards the gameplay. No movement, awesome change. No one asked for it, but the game really needed this change. Big dub, awesome work. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. Tiles. First of all, the main goal of no movement was to remove RNG. But then you have tiles, which literally has a 50% of spawning versus not spawning, which is dumb. Either make it 0 or 100. There shouldn't be a middle ground. This is because on one side I make a deck based on the tile, only to realize that this map has no tiles. Next up, let's talk about how the tile system works. It basically restricts you to place your minis in the second round, because then you can't place your minis in the third round on the tile unless you're the nature born, but that's a really extreme scenario, and so we don't talk about that. I feel like tiles are just too random to be part of this less RNG game, so I feel like scrap tiles and make them items. Essentially the game would be less random, adds a new layer of depth and strategy, and just creates a new path of way different kind of abilities, because since they aren't random, you can create minis around items. Also, unlike tiles which can only show effect at the start of the match, you can make it trigger after 10 seconds or something like that. And if you want to see how good items really are, just look at Pokemon. Heck, even Brawl Stars is doing something similar to it with the help of gears. Not you, Mythic Gear, but you. So basically what I feel about the gameplay is that the game is good, tiles are bad, and the game needs another layer of depth. Now let's talk about the remodels. Supercell, please just don't ruin them. I mean, sure, you want to go for the toyish look, go for it. But here is the thing, the toys you are making is gonna sit on the back shelf of Walmart, while the good ones like the Prince are gonna be sold out. Like, I'm totally not against these remodels. I like the Dart Goblin and the Prince. But what an abomination have you done to the Giant Skeleton, Spear Goblin and the Battle Hero. No hate to the art team, but this is my opinion and this is how I feel about the remodels. And so please, just don't rush on those models. Take some time, because a lot of them just feel like they are rushed, because they want to get it done for all the minis before global, while they are having so much work in the back, which I can totally understand. My advice would be to not rush them. Just make one remodel every update, and slowly people are gonna get used to it, like how Brawl Stars does. They only remodel one unit, but it looks 10 times better than the original model. Also, can we just talk about how bland the loading screen looks? Can we just get a better loading screen? Other than that, I have talked enough negative about the game, but at the same time, it's necessary. And I know they are gonna take it with a positive mindset. So even if you agree with my points, don't spread hate towards anyone, because I know how hard they work to make this game the best game possible, and I'm just helping them with my honest feedback. Anyways, now for the positives. First of all, I love how engaging the dev team is. Like, name a single gaming company which is gonna personally talk to the players on stage to get feedback. Such a big dub. Also, what has been done through the trophy road is just awesome. Like, pushing is actually kinda fun. The gameplay, it's super fun, even though I just complained about it, but I love how I can still learn something new every single day. Also, shout out to you guys, probably the best community I have ever been a part of. Feels like a home where I am obviously the 9-year-old kid who loves goofing around with people, and we all just enjoy. And big shout out to the Clash Mini Discord community. And finally, let's talk about the elephant in the room. When is global? But first, I would like to rate the current state of the game, which is a 7 or an 8 for me. And now let's make an educated guess of when is global from what we have heard about update 8. It sounds like this is it. This is the global update. So since the update will most likely drop in December, like the late December, so I feel like they're gonna gather feedback throughout January and fix the game by early February from all the bugs and issues that people will see. And then we can say that global will be on mid to late February. Now let me know, what do you think? When is the game going global? What are your thoughts on the game right now? And I shall see you in the next one.